Hello, and welcome to another one-take tour of my latest creation, the item sorter, storage sorter, and ordering system Mark II. That's right, no version 4, Mark II. It's a redesign with, whoa, there we go. It's a total redesign with inspiration from another Minecrafter and person on YouTube, MorezysMinecraft. Name will be in the description. I said give him a shout out because he's very good. His expertise is elevators. Check him out. He streams weekly at the time of this video. Alright, let's get to it. Now, whoa! Let's get back over here. Alright, so, just to describe what's going on here. The input line, well, let's get there. There's my hand. The input line is there. To input things manually into the system, open this chest, away you go. Put it, drop it in there, away it goes into the system. When you order items out of the system, they come up here, and if any storage area is full, there is a overflow, and that's line for it right there, and here's the overflow chest. So this is all input output on this side, and over here is the ordering system. The switch there right now is holding on to the minecart underneath, and I'll show you that in a moment. These chests here are to represent, or each chest here contains one of the item of an item in the system. So something which is sortable. And I've 6 chests here give you something like 324 or something like that, 42, doesn't matter, it's a large amount. 54 items per double chest. Trap chest, of course, being on one side. So let's grab a couple things and just see it in operation, and we'll take a black for a reason. Oh, let's do that. Now, let's turn this sucker on. So that will get a minecart going, and that is the ordering system, part of the ordering system. So let's do this. When you place an item, and when you want to place an order, you put them into this trapped chest. Now the reason why I put a trap chest here is to because when you place items in the trap chest, it puts the hopper below on hold. So you can put all your items in at once. Okay? And make any changes as you go. Now we'll close that. Those will go into the system. When the minecart comes back, it will process those requests. The items that you use for requests at the end of it, after the orders are placed, actually you can hear pistons going off, so items are being ordered. After you notice that redstone torch back there, after the items are ordered, the items that were used in the ordering get returned to here. You can then keep common items in here for simple up-down placement, or put them back where they belong. Okay, so made the order. Let's go up here, and there we go. 4 items, we get 4 different amounts. Now here's the thing. 4 different amounts. Like I said before, each one is programmable, just like my old system. So we'll just grab those. And notice the amounts. There's 1 black wall, and I'll explain that in a minute, and everything else is above 1. So let's just put these back into the system. All right, let's have a peek at it, shall we? So right We'll keep that on. So here's the floor to set all this up. Here's the innards. Now, the item elevator to bring the order items back, the items used for ordering, I should say. The input for that is this chest line, which comes down here. The return, there's a hopper under here, which returns them up. This is a custom 2-in-1 offload and load minecart station. It is geared currently for a hopper minecart, so the system only processes 5 items at a time. This system is infinitely expandable vertically and horizontally, so if your system is rather large, as you can see, it doesn't take much time. You can put multiple carts on it, but don't expect to be able to turn it off. Okay, it would have to keep running to be able to keep the pace between the mine carts. You might be able to gear up something for that to prevent that, but we'll see. Alright, the item elevator here for the input line. That can be eliminated, of course, if you move the input, the height of the sorting system down to the same level as your input. The item elevator for the output, and this lined up perfectly here for the overflow. Now, what happens? The yellow circuit is very important. It is the a standard item sorter. Everybody should be familiar with it. I'm doing this in one take, so okay. So the standard redstone torch and 2. The line goes right straight across, goes over everyone, dropping off the correct item, goes off this ledge, drops down, continues on, and what happens is the item will pass through to this double chest. You can combine them, it won't matter, and the hopper minecart picks them up as it goes back through. Excuse me. Now, the reason why black was important is because of here. This is a single item request. Okay. The hopper timers, because of the timing on the pistons, are 2 or more. So when you put items in here, because this is where you program how many items out at a time, and you can fill this right up if you want. It's up to you how many. You have infinite number. It would take a while to get a large number, but there you go. It may be handy. So this is where you program, but you have to add 1 to the total, and that will be what you get. So this will actually bring 7 items, really 7 items. So yeah, so keep that in mind. This is different because it can't be a hopper timer to allow for 1. The great thing is you can put these anywhere in the system. It doesn't matter. However, they are not tileable upon themselves. You cannot put one next to each other. Okay, but you can easily put one with a hopper timer next to this, and then a single again. All depends on what you need. Okay, now let's show the hopper timer in a little more detail. We only need one side of the hopper timer comparator detection here, because this torch on the standard item sorter, the request, holds onto the piston. So when an item is requested, the torch will go out, allowing the item, of course, to travel on its way, but it also deactivates this piston, which allows it to start the timer, and then holds the piston until this one runs out. So easier on supplies, you just need the one side, and this transfers it up. The output okay, now the hopper timers, what they do, that redstone block is used to lock the hopper right here. So when this moves over, items flow to the output line, which is right here. In the singlet, it is locked by this redstone torch and uses a piece of dust, and that's why it's not tileable with itself, and then the repeater over. Now the great thing too, the torches for the yellow circuit for the order line do a dual purpose of powering redstone or powered rails. So even if one of these turn off as you're going, the rest will keep all of them lit. So there you go. You can also butt them back to back and just loop this around and then drop down later. But drop down before you go down to place more orders, because you can also take it all the way as far down as you want using another drop system like this. But yeah, okay. But pick up the ones on this line before you drop down to the next system. That's all I'm saying. Okay, the item storage is here. This is set up for 3.5 chests, or 3 double chests, 1 single chest. The items come down to this chest and this hopper, which is then locked by whatever. Alright. The item sorting system here is a little different to enable the configuration as well as the overflow, which is right here. So if all of these chests are full and this hopper is full, but the item comes down through, it can't go here, so it goes out on this line. Items input into the system drop down here and go automatically into the overflow if the item is not programmed into the system. So here, let's explain this a little bit. It's just another configuration for the item sorter, and the torch, again, as below, powers the powered rails without problem, so you don't have to worry about that. And also, this is configurable, the ordering system, since it only has up to five items. You don't have to worry about crossover signal. This, if you want to, instead of using the 23 item here, you can go to the, what is it, 41, I think. Drop this block down and put another piece of dust to make it 3 lines out. And that will prevent stack overflow creating a havoc upon your system. So it depends on what you want. But the overflow, between the overflow and that, doing that, this should be a foolproof system pretty much. And that, I think, oh yes, water stream you can use as for the input if you'd like, to cut down on hopper lag. Using JL's method with the ice, there's space for the ice, no problem whatsoever. So you can do that and reconfigure. This is just how I set it up for here. Unfortunately, the output, as far as I can figure out, and I've banged my head on this a little bit, I cannot get it dispensed quick enough and count at the same time. So yeah, it's and to get that working the way I was trying, I would have had to slow it down, which made it the same speed of just using hoppers and hopper timers. So yeah, but if somebody else can figure that bit out, I'm all for it. So there we go. The Mark II item storage, automatic sorter, and item request. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Have a great day.